Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Goddess Conversations. I'm Paige and I am here on my throne ready to discuss all things goddess, all things healing, and all things magic. So, to kick off this first episode, I was thinking about doing an introduction, but instead, I think you'll get to know me kind of as we go through different episodes. I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot. So, what's been on my mind is I saw this post that said, lose yourself in the sensation of a strawberry. And it was talking about finding magic in everyday life. And what got me hooked on that statement was my sister Tori one time told me she was watching the original Wizard of Oz, the one where it goes from like black and white to color, which I haven't seen, and everyone keeps telling me I need to watch, so I will. However, what got me was she said while she was watching that, when it changed from black and white to color, she just started bawling because she realized that people back in when it came out, that was the first time they saw color on the TV. And then that hooked into this other idea of the book and the movie The Giver. When we read that book in school, it was so fascinating to me. The idea of like utopian societies and how to create like that sort of like good, solid societies is really fascinating. However, obviously, the way they did it wasn't what it was necessarily supposed to be and whatever. But the part that gets me is when sorry if I'm ruining this for anyone, but when the boy sees color for the first time and he sees that girl's red hair and the color red, so it all came back to the strawberry, and all of this was connecting for me. And a friend of mine, Teffy, and I were discussing trying to find that magic in everyday life, and just going on a walk and seeing a tree and just loving that tree. And I wanted to talk about how healing it is to re-invite that magic into your life. As kids, it's so often that we're all of a sudden told, stop doing that, stop being curious, stop jumping in that puddle, stop playing in the grass, stop getting dirty, come inside, stay in this box, all of this. And what's wonderful about becoming an adult is we get to reignite that childhood light. It's really hard because we have all these crazy things put on us. But just for today, I wanted to talk about that beauty. And I've been recently taking my two daughters on nighttime walks to get them to sleep instead of watching TV to get us to sleep. And we're shifting a lot of what we do so that I can find that magic, but also allow them to have that curiosity of magic and be in touch with nature and get excited about the world so that they grow up in that world of magic and they don't have to relearn it. So I'm inviting you today to find that space and go outside, find something that you used to just fall in love with, or something that used to make you feel like magic was there, magic was real. Maybe it's watching the raindrops race each other on the windshield. I know that was always a fun one for me. Maybe you're into little creatures. I still do. I still love like little creatures like frogs and caterpillars. And my daughter is really into creatures right now. So I get to fall in love with that with her. And she really wants to hold her fish and her little snail she just got. But I keep telling her you can't take them out of the tank. But she gets to watch them every morning as she eats breakfast, just sitting there on her little bookshelf with her fish, just watching this magical environment right in front of her. And we get back to that idea of fall in love with the sensation of a strawberry. And I think about that color and the red and the beauty and the little seeds and the taste. We have all these senses that are so dulled because, when it comes to sight, our eyes can't handle sunlight as much because we're inside all the time. Or touch, we don't let ourselves experience touch, the feeling of grass as you're laying in it. Obviously, I know it gets itchy, but maybe you're on a blanket and you just let your hands run across it, or moss on a tree. What you hearing birds chirp outside, that's one of the most magical sounds for me. Or wind through certain trees, and kind of identifying, well, which tree gives me this magic, which tree makes me feel this way. And just falling in love with all your senses, just sitting outside and letting them run wild, letting your imagination run wild, reawakening your imagination. And I just have had that on my mind and have been wanting to share that for a while. And so I thought this first episode was a perfect time. All of these episodes are going to be anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour to 2 hours. I'm not sure, but it's just going to be my thoughts along this journey of healing that I'm on, my thoughts along reawakening my goddess, finding that power and that wonder within me, and sharing that with you guys and having you guys share back with me. If you guys want to have a conversation on here with me, I would love it. I would love to have all these healing conversations and excited conversations, hard conversations. I want to talk about it all, and I want to be there with you, and you be here with me through this journey that we call life. And I think I'm really excited. No, I know I'm really excited to do this and be here. Although it was really scary for me to get on this camera, if you're watching this on YouTube, or to get on a podcast by myself. I have done this with my friend Sadie. We had the Magical Mothers podcast and it was lovely, but it ran its course and it ended, and we grieved that. I know I did, but it awakened something new for her after, something new for me after. And that was a huge deal, living in flow and getting to do that with her, and now getting to do this for and with all of you. And I'm looking forward to making connections through here and continuing this journey out loud, not doing this, having to do this alone, but also to be able to speak for bigger periods of time than Instagram allows us to do, which is what I've been using thus far for my journey, but getting to have those big, long conversations. And I think next time I'm going to have one of my friends on here with me, and we're going to talk and get to know you all and have you get to know us as I continue through. So to wrap up this first episode, just was a smidgen of thought for me I wanted to share. I'm Paige. This is the Goddess Conversations podcast, and I'm going to continue this journey filming and recording as we go through. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is to direct message me on Instagram, which is merkaba.awakening. That's MERKABA.awakening. Or you can go to my website, which is merkabaawakening.godaddysite.com. I haven't paid for a thing yet, but please feel free to get in touch, see what I'm doing, and maybe you want to have a conversation too. All right. Au revoir. Goodbye. I don't think that was the right goodbye word, but I will see you guys next time. Bye.